Yo. Danny Green hit another three.
Danny Green shots gone missing. All units, please report. Danny Green shots gone missing.
Just reported by the MVP podcast. Danny Green just hit a three. God damn it. Yo, welcome back to the MVP podcast, the people show where we talk about the most valuable players in the world of sports. My name is B-Man, and I'm here with Naeem the Dream, and we are reacting live to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Miami Heat, LA Lakers. The Lakers are up 3-1, and today could be the day that AD and LeBron win the title for Kobe being Bryant. But before you continue, if you like the video, go and like the video, brother. Like it. And if you didn't know, this is the second time we're doing a live reaction. We actually did it in the last video as well with the transfer deadline day. So if you haven't watched that, I suggest you go watch that first. So I'll wait. Just go. And welcome back. Yo, Naeem.
I like that.
We're reacting live. Right? We're reacting live to the game, Naeem.
Yeah,
so let me ask you, how do you think it's going to go?
I can see it being a tight affair. I think the reason why I think that is because the Lakers are so confident they want to win. They want to close it out. But then the Miami Heat know, we've packed our bags for a bit longer. We want to stay for a bit longer.
Yeah.
That hotel food, we want to eat that for a bit longer, man. So they want to stay in the bubble. They want Game 6. They want to take it back to their home court. As a Laker fan, I think the Lakers are just going to nick it in the end. Yeah. But I think Miami's going to give them a good run.
I think so too. I think LeBron James knows what it means to close out games. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So
who has the bigger games in that, LeBron or AD?
I think, again, because LeBron knows what is required in a situation like this, like I think his experience will mean that he's going to take it upon himself to try and,
Is it fair to say then whoever has the bigger game wins the MVP in your opinion?
Do you know what, Naeem? I think so. But the reason why I think that's the case is because people don't realize, like, statistically, him and AD are actually quite similar. AD's he's got the more rebounds, but LeBron has got more assists. So I think and AD had a pretty bad game, was in Game 3 where he was in foul trouble a lot. But then he came out Game 4 and he stayed on the whole time. So I don't know. Those first two games really set AD up, man. Those first two games set AD up.
They did. And then LeBron's played well in the last two.
Yeah.
But then the defense that he had on Jimmy Butler in Game 4, people hyped that up as well and said that was big. So I think whoever has the biggest game, I think today wins. I think, you're right, man. LeBron is just that guy in it. So it'll be interesting to see that. I want to see how it pans out.
Yeah. Oh,
did you see that move from KCP? That was nasty, bro. KCP, I think KCP stepped up this playoffs.
He did.
I think he's been a bit reliable for us. I think.
Yo, TT made a public apology on Twitter.
I'm telling you, man, that guy literally he earned his money, man.
Yo, do you know who should be on this? Did you know
who?
Goddamn Wheezy.
Get Wheezy on, man. Paul George III.
PCP is better than Paul George.
Oh, man.
So on one. This guy is so on one. I don't think.
What about the clips? What are the clips saying about a coach? Have you heard anything about a new coach? Kenny Atkinson's been rumored for the Rockets.
Yeah, but none of that moves the needle for me, man. You can't go from Mike D'Antoni to anything.
Kenny Atkinson.
I don't think. Yo, man, I loved Mike D'Antoni. Man. I'm disappointed he decided to leave, man.
You know what it is? I'll be honest with you, man. If you think about it deeply, he probably knew, and I think we discussed this before once. I said it once. The best thing Harden will ever do is win the MVP.
Yeah.
And I think genuinely, I think sadly, I think he realized that.
Do you know what? On that point, what do you make of what is your opinion on Jimmy Butler trying to take over the game solo then, like James Harden does? What do you make of it in this?
The thing about Jimmy Butler though, he does it in a different way. He's a facilitator first, whereas I think Harden is more of a scorer first. I think Jimmy Butler, like I was listening to Mark Jackson earlier on this afternoon evening, and he was saying about how Jimmy Butler's probably passed up 5 to 7 shots, open looks a game, to try and maybe get other people involved, and he should maybe be more aggressive. So I think he's trying to take over in a different way. Obviously, the other thing you got to remember as well is on this team, that's not his primary role. Like Goran Dragic sets the table quite well, in my opinion, and so do some of these other guys like Duncan Robinson plays well. Right? Bam Adebayo is quite good for a big man. He's like another Draymond Green with the ball. He can pass really well.
But you know what? Also, what do you think AD needs to improve to take the next level, to take that next step? Sorry.
That's a good question, and that you've got me. That is a good question, because I would say leadership, but then I feel like he's developing that right now with LeBron, and like he's not considered a bad guy. He's not considered like a guy who like alienates people or anything like that. He's developing that. I'd say that winning mentality, but that's coming right now as well. His first trip to the finals, his first trip to the Western Conference Finals, he's excelled. He's been the man. We talked about in the group chat, you, Tariq, and Sosa. I dipped in here and there as well. He's probably going to win the MVP. There's a good chance, at least. There's a solid shot for the MVP. So I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know. His decision making in the post is good. I think sometimes he doesn't see the double very good, very clear. But that's like me nitpicking, just trying to find a fault. I mean, I won't say he's the perfect player, but I'd say he does everything really well.
Yeah. I think, I actually think that there's a way that he could generally like improve on his game. And you literally just touched up on it right at the end.
The double team.
Yeah, the way that that he reacts.
Yeah.
The double team. So do you know when a player like gives him a little bit more attention, where the team kind of shifts their defense towards him? I think what would take him to the absolute next level, and generally I think this would make him a clear best player in the world. Is if he could, because we know that he can post up, we know that he can shoot, he can mid-range, he can do the threes, he can, like I said, he can post up, he can do all of that.
Yeah.
But if his vision improved, game over.
Because I think
pass
the
like
Nuggets game
and your Adebayos, where it's like comfortable, like he can. Do you know how LeBron just scans the floor once and it's like boom, straight away?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And I think give me AD over Giannis any day of the week. If he can comfortably, he can do it. He can do it, but if he can do it comfortably at a very high level, like some of the other centers do. Man.
I think Giannis has got a lot more growing to do, and plus Giannis is a little bit younger, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he like 2 years younger or something?
Yeah, but I don't think 2 years is much in basketball terms. And I
think AD feels. I feel like AD, for me, people might disagree with this, but I feel like AD, even though he might be only 1 or 2 years older, I feel like from a basketball standpoint, he's maybe 3 or 4 years ahead.
Yeah.
Like I know we're talking about a 2-time MVP here, but if you match up the game, I think AD has a lot more in his bag.
Yeah.
Including like free throws. He's wicked at free throws. He's wicked behind the three. Those are 2 of Giannis's weak points.
Yeah.
And those are critical for when you're the man. Like you need a bailout shot. AD's done it a few times this playoffs. When things are getting tough, you want them to foul you because I'm 80, 85, 90%. Giannis is less than that, a lot less than that. And threes, he's improved, but isn't he still like 31% or something? Is he less? I don't even know.
No, I think people's reaction to him taking threes is like, oh, well, at least they're going to have to defend him at the 3-point line. No, the hell.
Yeah.
They still don't. His shot still looks horrible. Even genuinely, like I wouldn't even guard him close. Like we know how much more dangerous he is running downhill. Like take as many threes as you want.
AD's caught the ball here at the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Okay, he's caught the ball at the 3-point line. Let's see what he does. He's backing him down. Decision making. He could have passed the ball there. That's bad decision making. Like that's one of the
That's
examples
what
that
I
he
mean.
got triple
You know what I
teamed.
mean? Like he doesn't. If he had
Yeah.
the vision, he would have just looked up a few times and tried to see over people. Look how
Mhm.
tall he is, man. Look how tall he is. And I'm not saying, obviously, the way we're talking about it, it's like he can just go over the summer and all of a sudden become a very good passer. Like it doesn't work like that. Oof.
That was another quick timeout from the Lakers. Kendrick Nunn just drilled a three, but he's not. He's still effective, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been impressed with him this
yeah.
this playoffs. Danny Green. A lot of talk about Danny Green in the group chat as well, but he's always. I think he's always been a hit and miss player. Like he'll have a 25-point game and then he'll have a 3-point game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not. But he's not been like he's inconsistent. Yeah, but he's not been bad for such a long stretch, and he's been bad for a long stretch.
Yeah.
And AD
Do you
looks
think
fine.
he's overpaid a little bit then?
Um,
Yeah, he looks
no,
fine. Do you think he was overpaid then?
no. I don't think he got overpaid. Because remember, like up to the finals, he was absolutely amazing. So it's kind of like his
Yeah.
powers kind of faded, like a bit in the Denver Nuggets series actually, and then he's carried on into this series. But his defense, man, his
Yeah,
defense
that's
is
what saves
ridiculous,
him.
man. I said this in the group, didn't I? I was like, yo, it's kind of like Andre Iguodala. Like he's so inept offensively, but his defense is worth
I
it.
don't like that. I don't like that defense. I don't like that defense from Tyler Hero. Like LeBron James just had too much time there.
Yeah,
Too much time to take their shot. Like you know the shot clock's going, you can see it. You need to be close up in his face. He doesn't have time to dribble and go at you. That's bad defense. You just gave him 3 points. Okay, if you're this Miami Heat team,
yeah,
and you're probably not, that was a big shot from Butler. You're not
yeah.
going to win this title. What change do you have to make to this squad, this roster, to be in contention for next year?
Well, I think they need another superstar because Bam Adebayo's on a rookie contract, so they can afford to
Yeah.
offer like a 2 year with a third-year player option. Basically, they can offer that,
Okay. But
or a one
the
and
big
one.
players, the big players sign that kind of deal though nowadays, isn't it?
They
Always like the
do. That's
4
that's
year.
what Kawhi and Paul George have that deal.
But apart from them, who else has got that deal? They were the
Well,
first for a while that got
no,
that
but
deal.
you know LeBron what he was doing at Cleveland, where he was signing like.
That's different. That's different though. He's different.
Fair enough. He
He's
had all the
different.
power, I suppose. He had all the power.
Yeah, like when the only other guy I can think of that was big time was Kevin Durant. I did
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Kevin Durant did it. All the thing. Do you know what it is? I think, I think they need a superstar, but I think people now they're taking him serious now. And you know
Taking who serious?
when you get that attention, it's gonna be
Mm.
really hard. Honestly, man, it's gonna be really hard. Oh
Yeah,
my
because they
God,
come for your spot.
Jimmy.
That was good
Jimmy is
defense.
something special, bro. Yo, Jimmy is something special, man. When you get hit on the head, isn't that an automatic technical regardless? Isn't that the new rule?
I'm trying to answer your question, but also answer it with this. I don't think that's a flagrant.
No, I don't think it's a flagrant, but they've changed the rules now.
I
You're
think
not
the rules are
allowed to
stupid.
hit between the neck and the head. You can't touch that. Even if it's like, I think the only way. No, they say even if it's like a natural basketball
Play, which that
play,
was.
which that was. Yeah, no, it was 100%. I
Mhm.
think it's still a technical. I think that's what. If there's anything that ruined this playoffs, Naeem, yeah. If I could
Yeah,
say one thing that I was like, I didn't like this, is the way that the referees have handled the games. They've been too harsh. They've been way too
I
harsh on the
know
fouls.
that the reputation of playoff basketball from the reffing point of view is it's not existed this year. They've been too soft.
Yeah,
It's like I get it, Corona's here. I get it. People are a bit tired, and but you don't have to be soft on the players, man.
no.
Like, come on, refs, give them a chance to play it out. I don't
This,
like it. Like, you think if Kobe was here now and Dirk Nowitzki and I was thinking of previous champions, MJ, No chance. Meta World Peace. That's not like.
That's what
I'm
I'm
just thinking of
saying.
the hand checking guys, man. Like, no chance. This is just soft basketball.
By the way, by the way,
Hmm.
by the way, he got a
Hmm.
technical.
Me.
No, he got a technical.
Oh, he got a
Right,
technical. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, got a
I just seen
technical.
that. Just seen that. You were right. You were right.
Yeah.
I didn't know they changed the rule. You were
Yeah,
right.
yeah, they did. They've done it so many times. Like you can't touch any part of the head, regardless. Yo, do you know what bugs me, Naeem? Do you know what bugs
Go
me?
for it.
Yo, why are there so many 3-point fouls? This year in the playoffs, there's been a
Mm.
3-point foul in nearly every single game I watched, and I watched
Do you
all
know
of them.
what? I was discussing this with myself the other day. Actually, I was having one of them one-to-ones. Yeah, when I was thinking to myself, like as you mentioned it, it's like it's the new closeout rule. It's just like you have to give the shooter space to land, and I feel like they've got even stricter with it. You know how you're saying that they're just calling too many fouls?
Yeah,
I feel like they got more strict with it
but you know what? Do you know when that rule started?
about a couple of years ago.
But do you know which player got injured for them to actually change the rules?
Was it Steph?
No,
Was it Clay?
no. It
Oh,
was
I'm gonna
Kobe,
forget.
bro. It was
Was it
Kobe.
Kobe?
It was Kobe. I can't remember who it was, but someone slid their foot underneath him, and I can't remember
Did,
who it was.
Dante Jones?
I think it was Dante Jones.
That
They
prick from
slid
the
his leg
Maverick.
underneath,
I want to knock that prick out, man.
and
He did that
and
on
and
purpose.
Kobe switched. Kobe
Yeah, I know he did.
switched
I know
because
he
he
did.
knew that could have ended his whole year. And it
That,
was
yeah,
like,
that
yo,
was a
like
dirty foul.
you can't do that. You can't. And that's when they changed the rules. That's when all the talk and all the hype happened, and then they changed the rules for that. And then they
Yeah,
also in
Dante
that
Jones.
same year they changed that. Do you know what Chris Paul and Kobe used to do? Where they swipe their arms and then pretend to shoot when the arm is out.
Get the
Yeah,
context.
yeah.
Yeah,
They stopped giving fouls for that.
come
Man,
on.
I don't
You know,
understand, Naeem. I don't understand, Naeem, why Bam
do
Adebayo didn't win Most Improved Player.
you know what? There was a lot of candidates that could have won that. He was one of them.
He was the
They were
best
talking
one,
about
in my opinion.
Brandon Ingram, Pascal Siakam took a leap on top of what he already did.
But he already won it. He won it last year, the year
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So,
You can't double up on that, I think.
no, no.
Because we already know you're good now. You know,
Yeah.
like if you become great, good for you.
I think, when it comes down to, and I said this before on the pod, I think I've said it like several times actually on the pod. If you're talking about the most improved player of the year, I
Yeah.
need you to tell me what changed from last season to this season. So, for
Mhm.
example, with Brandon Ingram, it's a
Yeah.
case of, well, the guy had more minutes, more touches, more opportunities. That's why his points went up. That is a
Yeah.
natural progression. To do that to any player in the league, if you give them more touches, they're going to get more points. Bam Adebayo, his minutes increased very small. Like I think it increased like by a couple of minutes or so. The number of touches that he gets per game hasn't changed, but his
Mhm.
production has skyrocketed. He's passing better, he's moving better, he's working within a system, and
Yeah.
everything just went boom. That to me is a most improved player.
That's a fair assessment. You know, I didn't. Obviously, it's the right way of looking at it. But I didn't personally look at this year's race like that. I just thought Brandon Ingram's kind of nearly took them to the playoffs, held it down while Zion wasn't there, and a lot of expectation when Zion came back. But before that, everyone wrote them off, and I thought they did really well to get where they got to.
Yeah.
So I looked at it like that, and he was the carrier for that. Like, you know, Lonzo didn't really have a great. He had a good year, but not a great year.
Yeah.
JJ Redick did.
We're into the last minute now.
Okay.
Miami are losing by 1. LA Lakers have got 106. Miami have got
Yep.
105. Like I mentioned earlier, AD 26 points, 11 rebounds. LeBron James 38 points, 12 rebounds. Actually, 40 points, 13 rebounds. Jimmy Butler 31,
Wow.
12, and 11. It is what a game. What a game. Duncan Robinson 26.
You
26.
know, let's be honest. LeBron does not fluke these closeout games,
He
man.
does not.
Like,
Does
you
not.
can hate on him, you can cuss him out, you can say what you want about him being a choke or whatever. I'm not saying that. I like the guy, but he does not. He does not choke in these closeout games. He's there. 40 points, bro. 40 points.
Shooting 75%. Him and Jimmy Butler, man.
But listen, in this last sort of like 40 odd seconds that's left, I know we're on a break at the minute. What the Lakers? Are the Lakers gonna have the ball, or is it Miami? I can't remember. It's Miami. It's Miami. It's Miami. What do Miami need to do here from this timeout? What does Miami need to do from this timeout situation?
They need to. They know that it's closeout time, so you know that LeBron is going to want to take it home. So I think you need to. It's just a difficult one because the rest of the team. But I would rather LeBron James.
Butler's at the line.
Huh?
Butler's at the line. Butler's at the line. I made a mistake. Butler's at the line.
They either you put pressure on LeBron, throw quick double teams, and then obviously the type of double teams that you can track back to your normal position anyway.
Yeah.
And just
I think if you're Miami, you have to
Butler.
ask. You have to ask Alex Caruso or Markieff Morris to beat you. You can't let AD or LeBron beat you. If you have to double team them.
Yeah, exactly.
They were attempting the double there. They're attempting the double. They've brought the double. Come on. Oh, he's got it. .3 seconds left. Lakers up by 1.
I think Butler might just win. They can't. The Lakers have no answer to him, especially not on mid-range jumpers. So
if AD goes and guards him.
If I was the Lakers, I would make sure that you keep it out of Butler's hands, and if not, make sure that AD is not his primary defender, but the secondary defender. So if they set the screen, it comes back to AD, and then let AD do what he did in Game 4.
So Jay Crowder's going to inbound the ball here. You got Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Bam, and Butler on the floor. Ball goes into Butler. You see what happened there? They went quick. I like that from Miami. They went quick. They forced the issue. They went quick.
But it's still free throws, though. So.
Yeah, but he's been good for this season. This playoff, he's been very good. He's only missed four free throws in the whole playoffs.
Yeah, this is really nervous.
No, in the series, sorry. My fault, bro. I'm gonna have to flip and watch Game 6 on. Oh my god, what the flip was that, man? That was a horror show. Man.
That is such a dread way to end the game.
That was like just as bad as flipping J.L. Smith's. I mean, I think LeBron makes the right decision. Danny Green's open.
Yeah.
I think he makes the right decision. But then...
But you don't want it out of your hands. Not like that, man.
Morris, man, what's he doing? Right, so who's going to... Come on, are we going to get overtime? We're going to get overtime. Come on, Rondo. LeBron. First loss in the Mamba jersey. I'm not going to lie to you, B. I have to round this up with this comment. The Lakers lost this game. Miami didn't win it. The Lakers lost it.
Give me a quick take from you.
Quick take.
Yeah.
This was in the palm of their hands, and Jimmy Butler just snatched it. Like, I've never seen a guy just will his team to victory. This was absolutely incredible, man. Like that's probably one of the best games I've seen. Individually, apart from LeBron James in playoff series, that I've seen from a player. This was something else. Genuinely, it was something else.
That's crazy.
It was something else.
So, what do you think the Lakers got wrong? Or did they even get anything wrong?
It's hard to just say they got some things wrong. I feel like if you want to break down the game, they they had issues with keeping their keeping the ball. Like their ball protection was not as good as it should have been. To be fair, the Miami Heat defense was just tenacious at times. I think what really killed them was the amount of offensive boards that the Miami Heat got, and the amount of points they got off the offensive boards and turnovers. That's what killed them in the end.
Yeah,
that's what killed the Lakers. And it's hard to believe that a team that has LeBron James and Rajon Rondo, two high IQ players. Obviously, it's not just them two that are responsible for holding the ball, but the rest of the team is like they depend on them so much. And when LeBron in the first quarter, was it the first quarter? I think it might have been the first half at least. When LeBron James was out, like Miami Heat literally went on a 9-0 run, and you think to yourself, that's how important he is to the team. So Jimmy Butler had to play almost, was it 47 minutes in this game in order for them to get this win. If the Lakers wanted to win, I think LeBron James would have had to have played at least similar minutes to what Jimmy did.
So guys, it's 4:54 in the morning. If that doesn't deserve a like, show. Are you crazy? So
Trust me.
Sosa, do the full line and everything.
Yo,
that's come on.
If you like the video, then like the video, man. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. We do appreciate all the love and support you've been showing us, bro. We got another game to go. Sunday night, here we come.
Here we come, bro. And guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon. So, peace.
Peace out, lads. That's